Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. Just no movie to talk about this week because neither of us really had a chance to watch the movie this week. You were sick and I was busy, so we'll talk about Equalizer 3 next week when I
We've
and
seen
you
it.
can actually see it. Yeah. Yeah, so busy week. Labor Day, of course. Um, yeah. Um, I guess, did you do anything fun this week?
I did not do anything fun. I did watch some TV
Yeah.
because I was very sick, so I didn't really leave the house at all. Kind of threw a wrench in my plans. I was planning on unpacking a lot of stuff, and a lot of that got held up. So, also, some of these movies I did watch the previous week and forgot to mention them.
Oh, all right. What'd you
So
watch?
one movie I watched was The Northman.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
No, that movie was garbage. That was like 4 or 5 out of 10 for me.
All right. Why?
It
Do
was
tell.
beautifully shot, but unfortunately, that story was so lame. There was some good action, but very few parts where it was good action. But it was just like the worst version of a Viking story I've seen, and it's very brutal, um, which I'm honestly okay with. It just like felt like. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. The ending really sucked, and yeah,
It was so. Robert Eggers directed that movie. He directed The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe, and that movie was insane. And it was a movie that I wanted to watch because I thought that movie was so crazy. I just had to see whatever comes out of this dude's mind because it's just like
hmm
so ridiculous. And it was a movie that came out, and I was like, "Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it." But like, no one wanted to go see it with me, and it was like a move. Like his movies are movies that you should see with like other people because it's usually something weird and ridiculous. So you want to get like gauge other people's feelings, but no one wanted to see it with me. So then I ended up not watching it at all. And I've had my chance to see it, and it's on streaming or whatever, and I just not have gotten to it.
yeah,
So I just haven't seen it. Probably never will at this point because it came out last year, I think. So
yeah. I mean, I think it's. I really didn't like the movie, so
well, it didn't do
uh,
very well because it was he made a couple movies that were like indie darling movies. So they're like, okay, here's a lot of money, go ahead and make it,
okay,
and it didn't do that well. So
okay.
it works better when he has like small budget movies that he's like artistic about than like bigger budget movies and go
Mm.
crazy with, you know. But yeah,
I also watched Constantine because I was wanting to watch that with you
uh,
a while back because I had never seen it.
with Keanu.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually for the time. It's very supernaturally kind
Gotcha.
of thing. It had a good twist at the end. So I give it a thumbs up. That's probably like a 7 out of 10. Probably
I
would have
think
been much higher if I saw it when it came out.
I think they had talked about maybe doing another one of those. I think I could be wrong.
hmm I have no idea. That'd be
Like
cool.
recently. Um,
Yeah, I would. I'm sure lots of people would tune into that because it's kind of like a cult classic kind of movie.
yeah, I think they did. They talking about it. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, June, July, they talked about a Constantine 2 update. So you may get another one. I was like, I swear I remember hearing about they might do another one of those. I never saw that either.
Oh,
So that's
that
another
one
Warner
was
Brothers movie.
better than Northman. So,
Yeah. I can't tell you. I haven't seen either one. So
all right. And then the last movie that I saw this week was it's like Revenant or something like that with
Leo,
yeah, with Leo, yeah. And that one was pretty good.
you've done it, Andrew. You found 3 movies that I have not seen.
Yeah, the I was looking for something that I was always like, yeah, I wanted to see it, but missed the mark, and so just watching my backlog, I guess.
I guess if it's a movie with a male lead that has a beard and long hair, you're interested.
That's a good point. Yeah, I actually had no idea what the Revenant was even about. I just know Leo was the lead, and he
He's
was
when he
like,
won his Oscar.
yeah, I had it confused with the Liam Neeson movie where he's like in the snow
Yeah,
or something. I
The
so I
Gray.
thought, yeah, and in that one he's just like by himself or something, right? Do you know?
He's protecting his daughter. Another movie I haven't seen.
I couldn't remember. I told Laura it's Leo by himself or something and gets attacked by a bear. And
Yeah,
that was he does get attacked by a bear, but he's definitely not by himself. It's a
Tom
very
Hardy, I think.
yeah, Tom
Maybe,
Hardy's the villain. Yeah.
maybe that's why I've never seen it. I don't like Tom Hardy
Yeah, I mean he Tom Hardy does a good villain or gets into it. Definitely.
unless it's Bane.
I thought he did a good job. I mean it wasn't like Joker level, but it was better than your run of the mill like Marvel villain. So
I don't know. I just don't really like that movie very much.
okay.
But that's a movie. At least that's a movie I've seen. So
Yeah.
I can only speak to that.
I will say that was the best one of the ones of the 3 I watched, and
Yeah, the one that won some Oscars and stuff. Well,
yeah,
so that's the one that they were like, he should win. You know, it's his time. He should win. Leo should win. He's been nominated a bunch of times. Blah blah blah. And they gave it to him kind of as a makeup. And it was like one of those ones where they're like, it was so difficult to make movies or whatever. Like he slept inside a real bear or something or whatever. Like,
yeah,
you
it
know,
was a moose or a horse or something.
yeah, a real horse, right? He slept inside the real horse, so he's, acting. I was like, that's not acting. That's just doing the
Some
thing.
fear factor
Yeah,
stuff there.
exactly. They thought he should have won for Wolf of Wall Street or whatever. Blah blah blah. But he got it, so whatever. And maybe he might be up for it again for this year in that Scorsese movie. So, cool. Did you watch anything else?
I did not. I almost started Ahsoka a few times, but I'm holding off. I'm hearing bad things. Lots of, that typical Star Wars crowd where, go woke sort of thing. Um, even though Ahsoka's been around for quite a while now, but I will wait till it's 11 and make my judgments.
Gotcha. Um, yeah, I watched like only like a half hour of the first episode, so and I still have not gone back. There's a few shows that like are back or on that I have just not got around to.
What are the other shows?
So the last season of Billions with Paul Giamatti came out, and one of the guys who had left the show, who was like the main, like the antagonist to him, Paul Giamatti's character had left a couple seasons ago because of COVID and of his, I think his wife passed away or something, so he left the show. But now he's back for the final season. So I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. It was one of those shows during COVID that me and Dad watched, just like the whole thing, because there's nothing else to do. Yeah. So that's what. But I haven't gotten to it. Only Murders in the Building. I watched the first 2 episodes and then I haven't gone back. What did I watch? I finished the 2nd season of Claim to Fame, which is a competition reality show where
for some reason sounds awful.
So everybody in the house is related to a famous person.
Okay.
And it's but in this season, the 2nd season, they aren't revealing. Like in the first season, they kind of revealed for half of the people who their celebrity relative is, but this season they kept it more close to the chest on who's related to who, and so like you as an audience member could try to guess along as they're trying to figure it out as well. There's this one guy on this show that literally made it to the end pretty much because nobody knew who Donny Osmond was. And like, it was so clear. He looks like Donny Osmond. Like there was clues about it. Like he was from Utah and he played Joseph in The Amazing and he wore colorful coats was the clue, and people were like, legitimately, were like, Elton John, he wore colorful coats, like literally, were so stupid because they didn't know who Donny Osmond was. And there's like a guess, like they guess, and if they guess who the person is, then that person goes home, or if they guess it wrong, then that person goes home and guessed it. Anyway, that's kind of a mystery, but also then they have like challenges and stuff, and I like that. And it's pop culture, so I like that. And then you end up liking the people or not liking the people, like a reality show is.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good, and the 2nd season was even better because there was like they have like little riddles and stuff, and then like they didn't give the answer, so you had to like figure it out yourself too. I don't know. I like stuff like that, so it works for me, and it's pop culture related. So yep. So I finished that season, was done, so watched the rest of that. Yeah, I just caught a few TV shows or caught on to what other people were watching or whatever. What was it? Lord of the Rings, I think. So they were watching Lord of the Rings, and it was okay.
You mean like Rings of Power? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the third Lord of the Rings movie. Randomly, like the back half of the movie, where he's like fighting a spider or something. I don't know why.
They're in Mordor and they're trying to get to
the place.
The volcano to toss it.
The spider part was pretty good. It was like creepy until he starts getting like rolled up by a giant CGI spider. That was pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it looked good for the time.
Yeah,
But yeah, it probably doesn't look that great now.
looks real goofy. I was like, a movie that has that, and he's like wrapped up in like silk or whatever, and he has like this blank stare on his face. And I was like, this movie won like every award that year, including Best Picture, and it's like real goofy. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad. It wasn't bad from what I saw, but still too long. Um, yeah, I think that was everything that I watched. I just
Hmm.
caught things here and there. All right, so let's talk about some current stuff. This week we're going to talk about our top 5 movies of the summer. But so Barbie is number 1 of the year. It surpassed Mario. It's number 1 of the year, number 1 of the summer, number 1 Warner Brothers movie of all time. It's
Wow.
beat every single Harry Potter movie. Yeah, number 1 movie from Warner Brothers ever. And if it makes like 50 million more, it'll overtake any movie that's ever been directed by a woman in any capacity, co-directed or solo directed, because currently Frozen 2 has made the most. That was co-directed by a woman.
Okay.
So yeah, so yeah, it's like right now it's like 14th overall highest grossing movie of all time. So yeah, pretty good for a Barbie movie.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I thought the movie was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it, but I definitely did not. Nobody ever would have expected it to do this well. So yeah, that's just a little bit of news there, because that is big news for sure. Did you? So that's good for Warner Brothers, and Disney's not doing so well. On the flip side of that, with the strikes and their things just not doing well, Disney Plus canceled a bunch of shows, and also they adjusted the timeline for the shows, the Marvel shows on Disney Plus. They moved things down a couple months, but Ironheart and Daredevil have been delayed indefinitely, so just taken off the schedule. So we do not have a timeline for either of those shows now. They moved back What If, they moved back Echo, and they moved back something else that I can't remember off the top of my head. Loki's still going. Oh, Agatha, the Agatha show. And they changed the name to like Darkhold something or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really shedding a tear. I want to see Daredevil. That's about it. I don't really care about any of these shows.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I'm gonna watch Loki season 2, but I'm really not. All of the ones you mentioned, I barely have any interest in.
I agree. I think honestly, I don't even know why they're doing an Echo show. To be honest, I would have delayed that indefinitely. I just
That's
I don't
the Ant-Man lady, right?
know. Echo was the one in Hawkeye. She's deaf.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't even see
Kingpin's
why
daughter.
she needs anything. Okay.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about her. I
Yeah.
didn't. Okay. I understand now.
we'll probably get Daredevil in it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be good. So, yeah, yeah. So a lot of movement because of the strikes, and they thought they could be coming to the table soon on the decision for the strikes, and it looks like those talks have broken down. So might be in for a long time, and we might be in trouble for the holidays, movies, and whatnot.
I do have another one to add to the delay list if there is any more.
Sure, go ahead.
I believe Arcane. I don't know if you finished that show yet. Got delayed.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and I have not watched any since then.
No, that got delayed as well.
I will say, that's a good theme song. That's all I got. That's all I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
That made an impression.
It is a good theme song, and I watched it every single time. But the show's really good too, so it's sad that it's getting delayed.
I don't know. Maybe it's fantasy again. Maybe that's why it didn't just like hook me or something. I don't know. I gotta watch more. I know, but anyway, cool. Let's talk about trailers. What trailers do we have this week? Let's talk about Ferrari. So, Ferrari, this is another Adam Driver wearing a wig, weird wig movie.
Yeah, another driving movie.
Another driving movie. I don't know if this is going to be really like about the driving or about
him.
More about him than the driving part.
I mean, it will look like there was more driving than I thought there was, just looking at the title.
So, there was a lot of trailers this week that kind of give you nothing. Like they try to give you like the feel or the vibe of the movie, but not like the actual like plot or anything. So you're just like, okay, and it's just like based on people's names and stuff. Like I had other movies like trailers that came out, and I watched them, and I was like, these aren't even interesting to talk about because there's one called Origin this week, Ava DuVernay's next movie, and it literally gave you nothing. It just showed you a bunch of images, and then it was like, it's just like a vibe. And I was like, I'm not gonna have Andrew watch this. He doesn't even know. Like, it's not gonna do anything. He's gonna be like, all right, here's some pictures and then a title of a movie. That's basically what it was. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is, why people are just like pretending like, why do you even have a trailer? Just say, oh, this movie's coming out, and then wait for the movie or something. Because if some of these trailers play before a movie, people are going to be like, I don't care about that movie because I know nothing about what that movie is. Like, other than this one is Ferrari, so like, it's, that's a name that people know, and the car, the red car or whatever. But it's like, okay, this looks movie.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the greatest trailer. Yeah.
Right. I like Adam Driver. That's about it. We could talk about this next movie, Saltburn, another movie by a director that has recent acclaim with Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell. She's also an actress. She was in Barbie for 5 minutes. She was in The Crown. There's another movie. It felt like more of a vibe than what the actual movie's about. It's kind of a mystery-ish, drama-ish thing.
Not much to say about it again.
Yeah. Well, the thing I can say about this is I watched Promising Young Woman, and I did not like it. It was dark, like really dark, and just like dark comedy. There's interesting drama to it, but overall I didn't love the movie, and this movie looks like the similar vein. So I don't know, but because that movie came out in 2020, and it went to the Oscars, because 2020 Oscars were pretty weak just because there wasn't a lot of movies that came out. So we'll see about this one, if it makes any noise on that front. It does not look like a wide appeal movie, that's for sure. From the images that I saw, and the cast is fine, I guess. So we'll see. I don't know. The only one that actually piqued my interest was What Happens Later. And that's just because it wasn't some weird. It just had a straightforward trailer.
You want to recap me on it again? Because I've
What Happens
already...
Later is the rom-com where they're stuck in a airport.
Oh, right. Yeah, and the like narrator is like talking to them, or the airport guy is talking directly to them.
Yeah, and it's David Duchovny's voice, who's the guy in the airport. So like the only two people in this whole movie is them two.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really catch me. I don't know. They're old too.
Yeah, well, I think the point was that they were married before, and
yeah, I get it. Yeah, it just the movie itself didn't look very funny to me, and then I also felt like they showed me the entire movie in that trailer.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Which
Are you saying they don't have the chemistry and the charisma like
no.
George Clooney and Julia Roberts? Because that's definitely what they're going for. Because that movie did well last year.
Okay, that definitely don't have that chemistry.
Yeah. Meg Ryan and David Duchovny don't do the same thing for you.
No.
Well, it looks like she's directing it too. So, good. Get herself a movie, and I guess David Duchovny a movie as well. All right, cool. So a lot of meh to so far for this week. Yeah. Not a lot of. I've been when looking for these trailers, it's mostly indie studios putting out trailers because those are the people making movies.
Yeah. You didn't watch the Loki teaser?
No, I didn't watch any. I don't want to watch any teasers and stuff that are because that's coming soon. So
it really was nothing. It really was.
Well, like last week there was a Captain, or not Captain. Well, that is Captain Marvel, but the Marvels, and it was just like a recap of the three things that the three main characters were in. And then a little bit of extra footage. And it was like, this isn't a trailer. This is just
going. People probably needed that because no one watched it. So
yeah, but it actually like it connected the stories together, so it actually makes sense at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a trailer. As far as I'm concerned, it was a recap, which I was okay with.
I'll probably have to watch that.
Yeah. Cool. So you ready to talk about the 5 movies of the summer? Unless you got something else to talk about.
No. I'm ready.
All right. So in May, we thought we did our lists of what we thought the top 5 movies of the summer will be worldwide. Our lists were quickly broken, just mangled, beaten from movies that I thought were going to just destroy, flopped hard, or way underperformed, or movies that I thought was going to flop like a fish, just destroyed, or ones that I thought I would do moderately well. So the top 5 movies of the summer: Barbie, Oppenheimer, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fast X, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Those are the top 5 movies of the summer. So Andrew had 3 of those. I had 2 of those in our top 5. No one was expecting the Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, just crushing it.
Yeah.
Because that's just what's it called, lightning in a bottle. And no one could have predicted how that would do. Those became the top 2 movies of the summer.
Yeah.
So, and Oppenheimer last week, I think, opened up in China, so it made even more money. That's why it went up even farther. So yeah, we got. Let's go through. Let's go through your list first, because your list is much better than mine by one movie. So your number 5 was Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Now, Little Mermaid was not in the top 5. It was in the top 10 of the summer.
It was in the top 5 for a long time until Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of these movies were in the top 5 until Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Was it 6? Did it end up? Is it 6 now?
Yeah, it's 6. Mission Impossible is right after that as well.
It's so sad that Mission Impossible is only 7th. It's real sad.
Yeah, but I think it's sad that it's behind Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
It's behind all these movies. I think it's the number 1 movie so far this year. So
yeah,
it's behind every movie that it's behind Fast X. But we thought it was going to be behind Fast X.
Yeah.
Just not like this. Not like this. So yeah, Little Mermaid, just out of the top 5, but it had moderate success. It should have been a lot bigger success. But it is what it is on that. Because Little Mermaid is one of the most favorite ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. I think those would probably be the top 3 for people. I think people like Mulan. But I
always hear things about Pocahontas.
For who? One person?
People like Pocahontas, man. It's not me.
There's no way that's...
Okay. Okay.
I hear things about the 3 Caballeros, but that's just me.
Okay. Sorry I said anything.
I've never heard anyone tell me about Pocahontas.
Hey, man, I've heard it before.
People love Treasure Planet, man. It's like...
That is a good one. That's better than a lot of them.
Everyone tells me about Atlantis all the time.
Hey, that would be a good remake that actually have a live action. Would be Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet? I'd watch a remake of Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
I want my remake of Hercules, and we haven't gotten that, so because that is my favorite.
Yeah.
But that is one that could just go south really easily. All right, Little Mermaid. I thought it was a good little movie. I was surprised at that I liked it. So
yeah, I liked it enough, but I think I gave it a 6. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I was a little higher than you. I think it was at a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not have it on my list. So your number 4 you had was Guardians of the Galaxy. it ended up being number 3. So that was my number 3. So that did pretty well. It did about expectation. I think it did the best of the 3. But or maybe
Honestly, I
around
was
this.
kind of surprised it was this high.
That's exactly where I had it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was wrong on it. I mean, I put it up there. I knew it was going to make money. Yeah. Anyways.
yeah, it made like $850 million. So that's pretty good. We have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was your number 3. It ended up being number 5.
Hey,
That
man.
that movie
Nobody
did.
was rooting for that movie except me, I guess.
I I first of all, I was rooting for the movie. I liked the first one. I did not think that it would, like triple the money that people were
Yeah.
like expecting it
I
to do.
was telling you it was going to double at least. And I'm pretty sure it doubled for sure.
Made 400 million the first one, and this one made like 700 million.
Okay, pretty close.
It's $100 million. It's not.
That's pretty close.
I'm fine with it doing well, but
Enough to
I
get
maintain
in.
that it did not make double its money or triple its money. I also thought the top 5 movies of the summer were going to be like a lot, like 800, 900, a billion. Like only one of them went out to a billion. So that's how my scale was
overestimating.
skewed. Yeah, my scale was skewed. That's why I didn't do that well. I'm happy for Spider-Man. I thought this movie was a good movie. It's in my top 5 of the year, I think, so far. So, yeah, I'm happy for that movie. It was a well done movie, and we'll see whenever we get the second one or the third one, the finale to this trilogy, if it's that good.
I think it'll probably hit around the same number whenever it does come out. We'll see what
it'll
the
do
box
better.
office.
If it's good,
like.
it'll destroy. Yeah, that then it could hit $1 billion or something, or 900.
Yeah, it depends on what it's like releasing around and stuff. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Your number 2 was Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. That did 7th. So did not make it into the top 5, which is disappointing, like we said. And your number 1 was Fast X, which ended up being 4th worldwide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty decent list. You only missed 2 of them. So
my list was looking so good until Barbie
and Oppenheimer.
Yeah. My list was like right on my money until it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, mine wasn't bad either. Until those two.
Sure.
There was only one that just flopped, bombed hard, bombaroonie. And Batman does not usually equals money.
If you say so, I never thought that. So.
Okay, well, I think you can look at the run of the last like 5 Batman movies or movies including Batman.
I'm sorry, I didn't see a Batman movie this year. So.
Okay, well, The Flash was a Batman movie, and that is the reason why I didn't do that well on that only, just because The Flash was like a mythical bomb.
Yeah, that's top number 1 on most failed movie of all time.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, my number 5 was The Flash. Movie was fine. Um,
No, that
I,
movie was bad.
I don't think it was bad. I thought it was fine. There was good parts to it.
There was
Uh,
definitely no fine in it.
it was fine. I didn't pay for it or anything. I saw it for free, so I'm cool with it. And so I didn't give any money to it. My number 4 was Transformers. It is technically in the top 10
What
for
does that
summer.
mean?
It's 9.
Oh, okay.
Number 6 through 10 is like in the 300, like high 300 million to 500 million. So the 6 through 10 is like only 100 million between all 5 of them. So, any of these could overtake each other if they like did a random re-release of one of these movies.
Yeah.
And also Little Mermaid went up because they did a sing-along re-release. So yeah,
So
just
you can't do
saying.
a sing along with Transformers.
That's true. They could try.
Yeah,
don't think
I'm
it will
sure
work.
no one will see it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I thought, just Transformers that did so well overseas, and I still think that did decently compared to some of these other movies. Um, if you if we didn't include Guardians, you said your 5th would have been Indiana Jones, and
Yeah, that. I was
Indiana
hoping it was going to be good, and boy,
and
was
Indiana
it not.
Jones just got passed by Meg 2 for the 10th spot.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it deserves it.
All right. Well, yeah. So there you go. So you have some bombs there too, sir.
Yeah, well, maybe that movie can afford Indiana Jones' apartment now.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that the Meg 2 was going to do well overall. That only made a little less than the first one did. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then my top 3 is Guardians, Mission Impossible, and Fast X. So yeah, I missed 2. You missed. You missed. Or I missed 3 or 2. No, 3. I missed 3. You missed 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. The real top 10 of the summer is Barbie, Oppenheimer, Guardians, Fast X, Spider-Man, Little Mermaid, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Elemental, Transformers, and Meg 2. That is the top 10 movies of the summer.
Wow.
I guess if Equalizer just destroys and really makes a lot of money, then it would technically squeak in there somewhere.
I
But
could see it beating Meg too.
yeah, Equalizer had the second best Labor Day opening ever, behind Shang-Chi, with $40 million. So yeah,
Okay.
Labor Day is
Congrats.
usually not a big movie.
Yeah. Well, everyone's back in school and stuff already.
Yeah, but it's usually people are hanging out outside or whatever and not sitting in a theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a difficult one to predict this year because there's ones that just fell flat on his face, and other ones just blew the roof off the place. I maintained that I didn't think Oppenheimer was going to do that well, and only did that well because of the Barbenheimer thing. I'm convinced of that.
Okay.
I thought that movie was overrated.
And all of his movies are overrated and they make tons of money. So to say that it was because of Barbie, I will say it helped it, but it still probably would have been in the top 5.
It probably would have been probably would have been in the top 5, but there's no way it would have made like almost $900 million without the Barbenheimer thing for sure. I'm pretty sure it's like almost his highest grossing movie ever. Um,
Until his next one. Bum, bum, bum.
you think so?
I don't know. What's his next movie?
I have no idea.
Your James Bond.
Oh God, no! Please no. I'd have to skip a James Bond movie, and that sucks.
If it was James Bond, that movie would probably make a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't mean I want to watch it. Yeah, it's his highest grossing movie that isn't a Batman movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's Batman. I'm sure it's the highest grossing.
Yeah, the Dark Knight sucks. Or sorry, Rises is the Dark Knight.
Jeez. Dark Knight's a
Rises.
good one, man.
Dark Knight Rises is what I said.
Okay.
Is what I meant to say. Because
Okay.
I slipped to the slip of the tongue where I said sucks instead of Rises.
Do you have what did Dark Knight make? I'm assuming that's the highest one.
Dark Knight Rises made like over $1 billion.
Okay. I figured that was the highest.
Yeah. And then I think it only made like a little bit more than the Dark Knight. So I will say Dark Knight is a good movie. So yeah, quite the summer for some sneakers.
Oh, I watched another movie. I
Okay.
watched the not Indiana Jones, but the previous one because I wanted to know which one was worse. The one with what's his head?
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. Okay, what about it?
I actually thought that the last one was a lot funnier, even though it had some really stupid things. But I will say I enjoyed that one more than the newest one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was funnier?
Yeah, I liked, even though it wasn't like the greatest movie, I just liked the banter between Indiana Jones and the son character. I'm blanking on his name.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You watched the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, and I felt like the set pieces were like a lot better, especially in the newer one that just came out. The set pieces were horrible. It was like they went into a cave that was like a tourist cave, and they were like, "Oh, the entrance is up there. We need to use echoes, or we could just look up." And then there was like a horrible looking bridge. The caves were way better in the last film.
All right. Good for you. I think you're probably not the only one with that opinion, but I don't think anybody likes that movie. So
yeah, I don't think either of them are that great of a movie. I just think it's a little bit better than the other one.
All right. Well, I think you like Shia LaBeouf. I don't think you've been a hater.
Yeah.
But for that, I don't know that bad movies. Whatever.
Sorry, I kind of ruined the whole summer thing there, but
well, that was probably a summer movie, so that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see how next summer goes. Maybe I'll have another Barbie. I'm surprised that Elemental's in the top 10. To be honest with you, that's.
I mean, it's a kids movie.
Yeah, but Pixar has not been doing particularly well recently. Oh my god!
I mean, most kids' movies get up there because it's summer and whether they're good or not. But
it says the budget for Elemental was $200 million. That is insane. And it made $470 million.
Oh.
Why would you make it for that much?
Hope that included marketing. Probably not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But that means it had to make like $500 million to break even.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay. Well, I guess maybe that isn't a hit for them. It's probably going to be a flop for them.
Yeah, I don't think Disney's had a win. I guess Guardians, that's it. And everyone's saying that's, the old regime there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Little Mermaid might have made its money back. I think it was in the 500 million range, so I think it might have made its money back, unless that movie was made for 300 million or something.
I doubt it. Aquafina's paycheck.
That is definitely too much. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe whatever that movie. I can't believe that, like, people, like, he wrote that song and he was like, this song's gonna be good. That song for Aquafina to sing. It's like a rap song.
Yeah. Wish there was like a warning before that song so I could have like gone to the bathroom or something during it. Never watched it.
$250 million budget for Little Mermaid. Oh my gosh.
Sad day for Disney.
All right. Well, yeah, good luck to them. I guess it's a good day to be Universal or Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're also not spending that much on the movies they're making. So they just need to relax with the spending and
make
not try to push an agenda,
movie.
I think. I would say.
Yeah, I know. Everybody feels that way or whatever. We only want to push the right messages for people.
No, just want to watch a movie.
I know. Movies have always had messages to them. It's the point of movies most of the time. It's just different ones now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we don't have to get into anything like that. I think, hopefully next summer I can do better and we don't have some weird, crazy outliers.
Just refer to me as the king of top 5 summer movies from now on until next year. I will have to reclaim my title.
Yeah, we'll see how next year goes because
it wasn't winner by knockout or anything, but
not even close. We went all the rounds, and one of the judges was like, "You win."
Came out on top. That's all that matters.
Yes, that's for sure. All right. Well,
we will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.